Hey y'all, thank you for tuning in to Talented Television. I am Kimberly Eshell. I'm so excited to see you all again. It's been far too long. But do you know what this month is? Yes, it's August, but it's also my anniversary. That's right, 2 years. Y'all been rocking with your girl 2 whole years, and I'm so excited. Thank you. So, if you've been watching, I know you're subscribed, and if you're new, please just go ahead and boop, press that subscribe button. So many of you have been asking, Kim, when are you going to do a show about yourself? So that's what today's show will be. For those of you who don't know me, I was born in the Midwest, I was raised in the Northwest, and now I'm living in the West, just the Southwest. Yeah, so West Side for life, I guess. Anyhow, growing up, I have always loved the arts, music, theater, dancing, acting, all types of things. I've just loved it. Even tried my hand at drawing sometimes. Didn't always come out right. That wasn't my forte. My first song was learned from my mom, and she taught me the Mickey Mouse song. I was about 2 years old when I started singing that song, and from there on, or moving forward I should say, I kept singing. I kept going. So my grandfather used to take me to church with him, and he would always ask me to sing long as I got King Jesus. So you have this little girl, I don't know, how old I was at that time, probably 6 or 7, and I'm singing, I've been lied on, cheated, talked about, mistreated, all those things, and the adults would clap and all of that, and I would have myself a good old time singing, long as I got King Jesus, I don't need nobody else. So after that, just growing up, like I said, I moved to the Northwest. Throughout elementary school and things like that, I used to sing. I love singing. I played the clarinet in 5th grade for a short time. I really wanted to play the saxophone, but I played the clarinet, but I didn't keep going with it either way. Anyway, I got to middle school. I did all types of choirs, all types of performances. I even lettered in middle school in music. Got on to high school. I did swing choir where we sung show tunes and things like that, and I lettered in choir again. So I wasn't athletic at all. Sometimes I wish I was, but I was always singing, acting, dancing, and things like that. And so those are the things that I loved. So acting is another hobby of mine, or desire of mine, gift of mine. I love acting. My first play that I can remember, or skit I should say, that I can remember was actually in, let me think, in preschool. We did the Candyman. So it was the Candyman can, because he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good. So we did a little skit regarding that. But my mom also told me that I did the Little Kittens play, and actually I don't remember that, but I guess I got the bug early. Also, when I was about 12 years old, I worked with my first real director. His name was Charles Canada, and he was an excellent director. I went all throughout Washington State learning things about acting, writing our own songs, coming together with this play. And it was a lot of fun. It was called A Serious Problem. And it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I was in the newspaper during that time, just a little girl about 12 years old. When we were doing a serious problem, we were at the, I can't believe I'm gonna tell you all this story. We were at the Tacoma Little Theater. And again, it was a lot of teenagers and young people, and we're singing these songs and doing these things, and it was time basically for the curtain call. It was actually after the curtain call. So we did the curtain call, we all took our bows and things like that. And many of you that act, you know that behind the stage it can be very dark, right? So I walked off the stage and it was very dark in the back and I fell. Yes, I fell. I was so embarrassed now. I would not I would not get up. I was so embarrassed I wouldn't get up. They ended up calling the ambulance because they thought that I had really injured myself, broke something, whatever the case was. But to those of you that were in a serious problem, I was just really embarrassed. So I'm telling you here on Talented Television. I attended school in Atlanta for a little bit, and then I ended up going back home to Washington, where I studied broadcast production, and that was something that I really enjoyed. When I was in school, I created a show. It was kind of based off of Teen Summit, and it was called We've Got Issues. And I would bring in different teenagers. I would go out to the schools, interview them, and bring them back on set. The set was built by the other students there, and I would bring a special guest, and we would sit down and talk about some of the things that were going on in the world of teenagers. One thing that I remembered was at the time, I believe 50 Cent's song had just come out. You could find me in the club, bottle full of bub, mama. And we discussed that song. I remember discussing that with the teenagers. Are you just dancing because there's a beat? Or do you really know what the lyrics mean? And so that was a really good discussion that day. So those were some of the things that I enjoyed. I used to anchor on our PBS channel. We would have news breaks, and I would do that as well for the campus. Also, I worked at a television station right after graduation, and I ended up moving from the state that I was in to where I am now. I didn't get back into television. So, Talented Television was born because I love producing, I love hosting, I enjoy writing, and I want my dreams to come true. I'm still thinking about commercials and doing commercial work and voiceovers. So, if anyone out there has a commercial for me, I'm ready. I'm your girl. So another thing that I enjoyed when I was in school, we did a short film that was written by one of the other students. I didn't write it, but I did get a chance to be one of the characters in there. It was my first short, and I was super excited about it. I only had a little line. I was the convenience store worker, but I had to play the Jamaican woman. And I'm not from Jamaica, but this is how my line went. So they basically asked me, where did the owner of the shop go? It was like a mob type script. So he asked where the owner went, and this was my line. You ready? Hell if I know, him has no sense of responsibility. Hell if I know, him has no sense. Hell if I know, him has no sense of responsibility. Hell if I know, him has no sense of responsibility. What you think? How was my Jamaican accent? So, do you have anything you want to ask me? Do you have something you really want to ask me? Put it down in the comments. Say I want a Q&A with Kimberly. Huh, that's pretty easy, right? Just let me know. I'll think it over. I'll think it over. I'll think it over. In the meantime, we just gonna do some fun stuff. Cause I miss y'all. And I hope you miss me too. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.